Hello and welcome to Goddess Resurrection. My name is Britta and I am your host. And today's episode is on feminine energy chooses herself. Hi, my gorgeous. I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving and that you are grateful for yourself and your light, choosing your light, as I am grateful for you and your time and your energy and your presence on this platform. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now, let's dive in. Let's start with the breath. Let's meet in the breath. And when I do this, when I pick up my hands and I hold them toward you, facing you, this means eyes open. So use the breath, come into the breath, be in your breath awareness and keep your eyes open because this is now you being in your feminine energy. That's how easily you get into your feminine energy. Just follow your breath and stay in your breath awareness. And you are in your feminine energy. And of course, everything has layers, as we now know. So yes, your feminine energy has many, many, many layers. So the breath is not going to be the only tool, the only awareness for you to play with, right? Feminine energy is playful. Allow yourself to become more playful with yourself, with your process, with this life. This is very much a quality of the goddess as well, right? Goddess loves to play. As strong and powerful as goddess is, she is just as playful and flexible and allows herself to flow like that beautiful river of light that you are. Now, you choosing yourself. No, it does not mean you are in ego saying it's your way or the highway. It doesn't mean you're being difficult or bitchy. It doesn't mean you are purposefully withholding. It doesn't mean any of those things. That's all ego, and it's actually all hyper masculine energy. The black cat theory falls into hyper-masculine energy quite a bit. There are nuances to it because, again, it's layered. You're layered, multifaceted, and everybody has their patterns in a different way. But for you to get into your feminine energy is really you choosing yourself. Because that's really what it means, right? When we say you choosing yourself, it means that you are, it's not that you're being selfish and it all has to happen in your way. Not at all. It is you choosing your breath. It is you choosing your deeper alignment. It is you choosing your joy. It is you choosing your self-love. It is you choosing your worth. It is you owning your worth. It is you owning who you already are. You already are in the highest parts of your being, and within every single cell of your body, you already are creation vibration. You are the divine spark. It's already who you are. And that is what I mean by choosing yourself. And so keep breathing, stay in the breath. You choosing yourself also means you choosing your intuition. You trusting your guidance, trusting your intuition, trusting your gut, trusting the deep knowing that is innately built into the female. Trusting that is you choosing yourself, because that's your real true self. And I keep saying your real true self, your true self. See, we have been conditioned out of our true self for lifetimes. We have been conditioned out of our intuition, out of our wisdom, out of our innate strength. And so now that's why this is all even a subject. We have to relearn, we have to remember, we have to come back to self, to deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper levels. So yes, it extends into life, because you choosing and owning yourself in your worth means that you know your worth. You're owning your worth. You know that you deserve. You deserve a divine masculine. You deserve to receive. You deserve it. It's not an ego request. It is your light in action. Right? So again, to deeper and deeper and deeper levels, you set your boundaries, because this is you honoring your worth, choosing yourself, you having standards for yourself. This is you choosing yourself in regard to not allowing just anybody or anything as your reality, right? This is all part of you choosing yourself. You speaking your truth is you choosing yourself. You listening to somebody is also you choosing yourself in your purest, most empowered grace. You being unconditional love is also you choosing yourself, because you already are unconditional love. The judgments, the reactions, the personalizations, that's not who you are. That's masculine energy. That is the conditioning that we're wanting to get out of. That is what this work is all about. You breathing. Think of it in this way. Whenever you are reaching outside of yourself for anything, this is when you are leaving the feminine energy and you are stepping into the masculine energy. So think of it, your thoughts are energy. As soon as you're thinking about a person or your children or work, you are already in your masculine energy. Now, that is still a part of the balance, and it's important to learn to become more and more aware of it, because this then pulls back the tendency to overthink or to worry think, right? Because generally it's not necessary to do all that thinking, that worry thinking, or that overlooping thinking. And as you know, this is your sign to come back into the breath, back into let it go, let those thoughts go, back into yourself. Because all of those thoughts not only pull you out of your feminine energy, but they also open up your energy space. And now you are leaking energy, right? As soon as you are in old patterns of overgiving, right? Because females also have been trained and conditioned to be servants, right? We have been conditioned to serve the masculine. So as soon as you're overgiving or wanting to fix, or just so attuned to what he needs and only focusing on his happiness and his well-being, right? Only focusing on other people, that's all masculine energy. Yes, your feminine energy is naturally nurturing, but nurturing does not mean you're only fixated on everybody else's happiness, because that puts you into the masculine energy. Also, females, women have been conditioned to this filling in the gap. It's part of the overgiving and overdoing, right? And trying to fix things. But we have learned to try to bridge that gap, because as we are wanting our birthright to be fulfilled, and this is really funny, right? There are a lot of posts out there right now in regard to women saying, well, we better lower our standards or otherwise we will be alone for the rest of our lives, right? And it's like, I'm like, I don't really comment, but what I really want to say to them, no, that's you blocking the evolution. On the contrary, we need to keep our standards high, because that will bring in the masculines to rise to the occasion, rise into the new earth, rise into the elevation of this ascension. Don't play small. Keeping your standards low is you being in the masculine energy and betraying your worth, betraying your goddess. No, it is the feminine that leads the masculine into the ascension, into the new earth, right? Also, you know, that article, that Vogue article that was talking about how it's embarrassing for, you know, females to have a boyfriend. And again, it's all of these just off the chain old ways of misperception. There's so much misperception. There's so much illusion in and around what this earth is moving into and what we are, you know, embodying, because that is hypermasculine, right? Hypermasculine is overly independent, feeling better than. That's all ego, right? So coming back into the essence of your feminine energy, which is the portal for your divine light, for your soul's guidance. Remember that you, as the feminine, you hold the way into the new earth. You, as the feminine, hold the way into the ascension. Not just for yourself, but by choosing yourself, you are pulling in energetically, not physically, not mentally, not verbally. No, just by you being and staying in your own feminine energy, you are pulling your masculine up, right? You are activating his blueprint. You are activating his soul. Because when we really break it down, what this dynamic, this divine union is meant to do, it is, he is the provider and the protector of the divine, which is you, right? He is here to make sure you are safe and you are doing what you're meant to be doing, which is being the divine in human form, being the vessel, being the channel for the divine, building the new earth by telling your masculine what it is that you're receiving, right? But then we take it a little bit more deeper. So then here you are in your feminine, in your choosing of your vision, your receiving, your guidance, your intuition, your knowing, right? Choosing to hold your standards. You're holding space for yourself. When you are choosing yourself and you're choosing to stay in your feminine energy, you are holding space for yourself. And so the masculine feels the divinity through you. By you holding yourself in that divine flow, he experiences the divine through you. See, that's the magic of this setup. So in essence, the masculine energy is the giving. He gives to you. And you, in the feminine, you are the receiving energy, right? You are receiving, and because you are in your natural state, you're receiving and you're open. And so just to be in your presence, just to be in your embrace, just by him or the masculine being loved by you, he experiences divine, he experiences bliss, he experiences peace, he experiences inspiration, he experiences activation, right? So it's very important to catch yourself. And remember, this is all energetic and vibrational. And they're telling me to give a quick example of so I was in a conversation and I was being asked why I'm still single. I love that question. Gee, why do you think? Because I am calling in my divine masculine. And so this gentleman asked me, well, what do you mean you're calling in your divine masculine? And what do you want? What is it that means to you? Who is this divine masculine? And I said to him, well, it's the soul that I am meant to be with, the soul that he and I contracted before coming into this incarnation, for us to join, for us to get together, for us to, fulfill the contracts that we have with each other. And at this point in time, it's mission work, right? Every goddess has a mission, and so does her counterpart, right? And many will fulfill their missions together. But what I answered him was what I need and what I'm requiring, right, from my divine masculine is that he is strong enough and confident enough to be in worship. And he was kind of like blinking. He was like, what do you mean worship? Like he needs to bow to you, like matriarchy? And I was like, no, not at all. Not at all. There is no such thing as one is better than the other. There is no such thing as one is higher than the other or less or lower. No. Worship has been misunderstood as well. See, by me choosing myself and containing myself and staying in my divinity, not only am I calling him in energetically, not only am I pulling him in, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to say anything. It's the activation. It's time, and he feels it. He knows it, right? And so for him to be strong enough and confident in worship, what it really means is him seeing the divine in me. And for him to want to make sure I will feel that from him through his actions, right? It's through his actions, the ways he's choosing to make sure that I feel safe and cared for and, beautifully in my goddess, that he makes sure that I feel his devotion, that he wants to give to me. He wants to make me feel like the goddess. He wants to hear what my guidance has to say. He wants to be of service to the divine the way I am of service to the divine. And then, of course, in response, he gets to receive, not that I'm giving, right? The feminine doesn't give. The feminine energy receives. But just by me containing myself, my energy as the feminine flow, choosing myself, he will receive the benefits of the light that I am embodying, of the light that gets to embody in my space. That spills over, the light spills over by him being in worship, by him serving the divine, the higher vision. He will be amplified by my divine light in his power, in his abundance, in his health, in his well-being, in his joy, right? That's the exchange. That's the exchange. He will amplify in all of the ways of the physical as he is amplifying me in my divine. See? And all just because I am choosing myself. And this is exactly what you want to learn to do more and more carefully, more and more in your awareness that you are choosing yourself. Don't fill in the gaps for your masculine. Don't fix. Don't overgive. Don't overdo. You stay in yourself. Focus on what it is that you want to do. Focus on what it is that makes you feel joyous and flowing. And your masculine will follow. Your masculine will follow. And so let's translate this to work, because this is not just for relationships. This is for all areas of your life. And of course, there are levels to it as well, as always. So the whole concept of thinking is also very patriarchy, is also very masculine energy, right? Because when you're really deeply in your feminine energy, and of course, this doesn't cancel out experience. This doesn't cancel out knowing your work, knowing your subjects, knowing your stuff, right? It doesn't cancel out the learning and the growth and the experience. But what I am saying is that the less you think, the more you know. See, having learned your craft or your work, the more that you're in your feminine energy, the more you know what to do. You will know from your higher self, from your soul, from your light. You'll know and translate it into business. You'll know what to say. You'll know how to handle a client. You'll know what to choose. You'll know who to reach out to. You'll know how to and when to engage. Right? So you don't have to be in your masculine energy just because you're at work. Yes, there's going to be a percentage of masculine energy that's unavoidable, but you can and must stay in your feminine energy just the same, right? Staying in the breath, remembering the breath, even when you're at work. Listening to yourself. How do things make you feel? Right? And also catch yourself. And this is very important to the deepening into your feminine energy. that, I don't know if you can hear it. My neighbors are playing loud music. But so another thing that is very deeply conditioned into females, and this is very masculine, is this reaching outside of yourself for approval or to receive permission or to feel worthy enough or to feel good enough or to receive any kind of validation, right? And this is what females also have been taught by the patriarchy, to be sexy and to lead with sexuality. And all of this is going to leak your energy, and all of this is masculine energy. And all of this is going to take you further away from your true worth, from your true power. And it's never who you really are, right? Because when you are in yourself, when you are in your goddess alignment, you approve of yourself, you validate yourself, you give yourself permission, you know you're good enough, you know you're worthy, you know that sexual energy is not something you lead with. Goddess never, ever leads with sexual energy. First of all, it's masculine energy. Secondly, it's manipulative. Thirdly, it's ego. And fourth, no. And fourth is, it is inviting in dark energies, okay? Because sexuality is sacred. Sexuality also stays contained within your feminine energy. Sexuality is something that is sacred, that is for you, for yourself, and for your partner. The person that you are letting it loose with. It's never, ever, ever something that you lead with or fall into as a way of getting something. And so, of course, as you know, we have a long way to go because most women are still very deeply in that masculine energy identification, right? They are very deeply in their masculine energy in the way that they, that's a lot of their worth, their sexuality. And it's not to judge or to blame, it just simply is, right? It's still part of the process, it's part of the journey. Now, feminine energy is sensual, right? Feminine energy is that flowy dance of ease, of flowing with life. And that is the beauty of the feminine energy. So don't think that you are not showing enough if you are holding your sexual energy back. Get used to holding your sexual energy back. It is one of the biggest attractor to darkness. And so these are all ways in which you need to catch yourself, right? Are you looking to attract? Are you looking to get attention? Are you looking to get validation? Are you looking to feel a certain way by anybody or anything from the external? And don't judge yourself. Don't feel bad about it when you notice it. It is a part of the process of you recognizing the ways that knee-jerk reactions, the little ways that you're so used to of functioning in the world because this is how you were conditioned. And so you very lovingly want to catch it and, oh yeah, right. Why am I so attached to this validation? Or why am I so attached to this person? Or why am I so, needing to think that I'm so sexy to them, right? Like whatever it is, catch it, notice it, and then pull that energy right back. And you, in that moment, give to yourself what it is that you were trying to get from the outside. Feminine energy chooses herself. If you felt like you needed to be seen as sexy, go deeper with it. Ask yourself why. Why was that important? Why did I do that? Oh yeah, well, because that's the way I've been going about that my entire life. Or why was I so keen on that person's validation? Well, maybe they reminded me of my dad. Why was I so attached to this person or this way? Well, because I was in my masculine energy, fixating and therefore lowering my peripheral vision, right? Because remember, feminine energy is everything. Feminine energy is the field of infinite possibilities. Feminine energy opens the door into the vastness of all possibilities opening to you as you are raising your vibration, as you are choosing yourself more and more and over, as you are not needing anything from the outside, but you'd immediately come in back into yourself and you give it to yourself. You validate yourself. You remind yourself that you already are all the worth. You remind yourself that, no, my sexual energy is sacred. That's for me and the person who I am in a commitment with. You remind yourself that you will not be able to please everybody. You remind yourself of that. Let the vibrations work for you. You remind yourself that the right frequencies will come to you. It's a universal law. There is nothing that can get in the way of that. Right? So all you focus on is your self-love, your self-worth, you honoring and acknowledging yourself in such a divine way. But the universe and your workplace and your counterpart can't do anything but to be brought to you, because that is that frequency magnet, right? This is new earth manifestation. So always remember to choose yourself, right? And we've spoken about how if something doesn't feel right to you, if something doesn't feel good to you, you acknowledge it and you voice it, right? This is you choosing yourself. This is you honoring your inner voice, your soul's guidance. In the end, always remember, the new earth is a soul-guided manifestation. The new earth, your new earth, can only be manifested by your authentic light, by your soul light. The new earth cannot be manifested by ego. It cannot be brought upon by sexuality, right? Whatever the foundation is for the relationship, for the work situation, for the friendships, if it's not built on solid authenticity of light and high frequency, it will not make it into the new earth. So right now, people are noticing friendships falling away, partnerships falling away, jobs falling away, right? Because in the end, it's a blessing. Might be scary because you're facing the unknown, but allow yourself to be emptied and stay in the choosing of yourself, reminding yourself that you are the extension of source, that you are the stardust, the light being, the divine incarnation. Remind yourself of that. This beautiful divine light is in every single cell of your body. Remind yourself that you are the worth. Remind yourself that you are the joy, the wisdom, the strength. And all you have to do is hold space for yourself. All you have to do is stay in the validation and approval of yourself. Don't overdo, don't overgive. Don't fill the space, don't fill the silence, don't fill the gap. No, stay in yourself and stay in your authenticity. When it's time for you to speak, you speak. When it's time for you to share, you share. When it's time for you to make a delicious meal, you make it. When it's time for you to surprise him with something, you do that, right? But you've got to stay authentic to your soul, to your light. Being the love, being the grace, being the high frequency that will up-level everybody in your space and further out even still. Good. So keep reminding yourself and keep choosing yourself. As always, I am grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here. And I am sending love and light blessings to you and yours. Hugs and kisses. Ciao.